Hello my viewers and welcome back to my channel. Shocking news from the halls of power. A controversial bill aimed at combating anti-Semitism has sparked outrage among Christians and free speech advocates. Now, critics warn that the bill's broad definition of anti-Semitism could effectively ban the Bible itself. Yes, you heard that right. Specifically, the New Testament, and criminalize core Christian beliefs. What am I talking about? The House of Representatives is under fire for allegedly targeting Christianity and the sacred text of millions. Now, what the House of Representatives is trying to do is pass a bill that will make Christianity illegal, a bill that will make the Bible illegal. They literally want the New Testament to be banned. Is this a sinister attempt to erase religious freedom and suppress the truth? Well, join me as we take a look into the heated debate and explore the implications of this explosive bill. Get ready for a revealing examination of the intersection of politics, religion, and censorship. Here are the videos as different people share their views on this. I'll be right back.
I couldn't believe my eyes when I saw this tweet. Did they just make the Bible illegal? Tucker Carlson replies, yes, the New Testament. I had to look into this. So basically, the House passed a bill that combats anti-Semitism that's been going on college campuses recently, and this faced major backlash because, long story short, the members were saying that they firmly believe that the Jews killed Jesus Christ and argued that the bill, which includes such claims in its definition of anti-Semitism, would outlaw these parts of the Bible, and basically that the gospel itself would meet the definition of anti-Semitism under the terms of this bill.
They are planning on banning the Bible in the United States. Supposedly they passed a bill so that the New Testament can be banned. What does that say to you? If you're not right with God right now, get right with God. Like today. Stop playing games with God. Stop living in sin. Forgive people. Let go of resentment. Read the word. Because we don't know how long we have. The Lord said that he's going to come like a thief in the night. And he said that we are supposed to have our lamps full of oil. Take it seriously. Me included. Take it so seriously because Jesus is coming so soon. I had dreams about him coming, returning. He is coming so soon. If you want to go with him, you need to be aligned with Jesus. You need to be aligned with him. Stop playing games with God.
I want to address something very quickly. As of yesterday, the House of Representatives is trying to pass a bill that will make Christianity illegal. Trying to pass a bill that will make the Bible illegal. I'm going to put the articles here so that you can see. But I want you to understand one thing. The Lord told us these things will happen. He said that we will be persecuted for righteousness' sake. He said that we will suffer for his name's sake. Be encouraged in knowing that God is always going to stand with you no matter what happened. No matter what this wicked world try to do, God is always going to reign. This is why the Lord tells us to be rooted and grounded in him. It is time for the believers to put on the whole armor of God because the enemy is fighting against the people of God. The Lord told us in his word, he said, write the words on the table of your heart because there's going to come a time where they are going to take the Bible away. Be encouraged. God is with you.
So the House just passed a bill trying to expand the definition of anti-Semitism. By expand, I mean it ridiculously equates criticism of Israel to anti-Semitism, which, that's what they've been doing all along anyway. They decided to go with the International Holocaust Remembrance Alliance's definition of anti-Semitism, which says that it is anti-Semitic to equate the state of Israel as a racist endeavor, even if it is a colonial project. This is obviously a fascist ploy to directly target the students who are doing encampments and protests at their school. Because if you are deemed to be anti-Semitic under this law, and and it's a university, they will pull all federal educational funding from you. They're trying to make it illegal to know your history and then speak up when you see the same historical patterns repeating itself. Like they're trying to make critical thought. You know what? No, they're not trying to make critical thinking illegal. No, they want to make it illegal of the actions you take once you've critically thought about the situation. It's like keep it to yourself, shut up and take it. It doesn't matter if you see it as apartheid. It doesn't matter if you see it as racism, as colonialism, as aside. Keep it to yourself. That is the basis of this. Honestly, everyone should be terrified, no matter where you fall on the political spectrum, no matter what your personal views are. Because if they can start making it illegal to speak up and criticize a foreign country, and you go along with it, you as an American citizen are okay with it, then what happens when they start making the things you actually care about illegal too? When they start making it illegal to speak up and speak out against anything? If they're willing to do that over a foreign government, imagine if we let that pass, what they are willing to do to you. America does nothing out of the goodness of its heart. So you'd be a fool to think that they are doing this because they actually care about the safety and well-being of Jewish people.
The House of Representatives just passed a bill that many people are worried is going to have a chilling effect on free speech, because it essentially says that criticizing the state of Israel is anti-Semitic, or could be used to say that. And as someone who studies anti-Semitism and cares a lot about fighting it, I just want to point out to everyone that one of the pillars of anti-Semitism is equating Jewish people generally with the state of Israel. So if you pass an anti-Semitism bill that says that criticizing the state of Israel is the same thing as criticizing Jewish people, you have now equated Jewish people with the state of Israel, which is anti-Semitic. And I just feel like we have lost the plot.
Please don't be fooled. The Stop Anti-Semitism bill does not actually do anything to stop anti-Semitism. I'm increasingly witnessing people fall into the model minority myth with Jews, and one of the ways that this is manifesting is people seeing these bills being passed and taking the stance of, well, why do they get a bill to protect them from their oppression? And make no mistake, this is not about protecting Jews from anti-Semitism. This is about suppressing criticism of the state of Israel, which does not protect Jews. Anti-Zionist Jews who are criticizing the state of Israel are going to experience the same negative repercussions from this bill if it is fully passed. It is solely about protecting, to paraphrase something Joe Biden said in the 90s, the United States' greatest asset in the Middle East. People are increasingly falling into this rhetoric of like, Israel controls the United States, Israel controls the United States, and no, it's the other way around. The United States controls Israel. Israel is the perfect proxy state for the United States to act out its interests in the region. Literally everything else is a cover for protecting those interests.
Now, the recent bill aimed at combating anti-Semitism has sparked a heated debate, with many Christians and free speech advocates expressing concern that it could lead to the censorship of the Bible itself. Now, while this development may seem shocking to some, it's important to recognize that this is not a new phenomenon. Throughout history, attempts have been made to suppress and control the spread of religious ideas, and the Bible has often been a target. What's even more striking is that the Bible predicted such events would occur in the end of times. In 2 Timothy 3 verse 1-5, the Apostle Paul writes, "In the last days, people will be lovers of themselves, lovers of money, boastful, proud, abusive, rather than lovers of God." Now, he also warns of a time when people will not endure sound doctrine and will turn their ears away from the truth. 2 Timothy 4 verse 3-4. Similarly, in Matthew 24 verse 10-12, Jesus himself warns of a time when many will turn away from the faith and betray and hate each other. Now, these prophetic words remind us that the suppression of religious freedom and the attack on the Bible are not unexpected events, but rather signs of the times we live in. Now, this situation just happened, and the House just passed Anti-Semitism Bill of 2023. I know that it says that the Anti-Semitism Bill of 2023, but they just passed it on the 1st of May 2024. Now, what is this bill? What does this bill consist of? Why did they pass this bill? And why do they think the First Amendment in hate crimes, quote-unquote, is not covered? Now, this is called the H.R. 69, the bill to provide the consideration of a definition of anti-Semitism, set truth by the International Holocaust Remembrance Alliance for the enforcement of federal anti-discrimination laws, considering education programs or activities, and for other purposes. Number 1, be enacted by the state. The Senate in the House of Representatives of the World States of America in Congress assembled Section 1 short title. Now, this act might be cited as the Anti-Semitism Awareness Act of 2023. Now, this is just like 6 pages of the bill. Now, Congress on Wednesday passed the bill which would require the Department of Education to use the International Holocaust Remembrance Alliance working definition of anti-Semitism when enforcing anti-discrimination laws. Now, it comes as colleges across the United States have seen pro-Palestinian protests that critics say at times have allegedly veered into anti-Semitism. Anti-Semitism is a certain perception of Jews which may be expressed as hatred toward Jews. Rhetorical and physical manifestations of anti-Semitism are directed toward Jewish or non-Jewish individuals and or their property, toward Jewish community, institutions, and religious facilities. The definition reads. Now, the bill drew bipartisan criticism with both Democrats and Republicans voting against it. Critics argue the bill, if signed into law, stifles free speech that is protected by the U.S. Constitution and is overly broad in its definition of anti-Semitism, pointing to the definition including claiming that the existence of a state of Israel is an arch-deceased endeavor. Ultimately, 91 members of Congress voted against it. Some conservatives are taking issue with the bill over the IHRA definition of anti-Semitism, including claims of Jews unaliving Jesus, arguing that it could mean that parts of the Bible would now become illegal. Now, while the definition in the bill does classify the idea that Jewish people were involved in unaliving Jesus as anti-Semitic, it does not make the Bible illegal. The bill's text states that it would require the Education Department to take into consideration the definition of anti-Semitism as part of the department's assessment of whether the practice was motivated by anti-Semitic intent when investigating allegedly anti-Semitic discrimination at colleges. Now, concerns about the bill making the Bible illegal were shared by high-profile conservatives. Did the House of Representatives just make parts of the Bible illegal? Posted conservative commentator Charlie Kirk to X, formerly Twitter. Now, Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene posted, "Anti-Semitism is wrong, but I will not be voting for the Anti-Semitism Awareness Act of 2023. Today, that could convict Christians of anti-Semitism for believing the gospel that says Jesus was handed over to Herod to be crucified by the Jews. Now, Congress votes to make the Bible illegal hate speech. I guess I'll see you in jail," wrote Lorraine, a former Republican Senate. If you support this anti-Semitism hate speech bill, not only are you spitting on the First Amendment, you are openly denying the Bible as well, wrote a TV host Lorraine Shen. The idea that Jewish people were responsible for Jesus' unaliving has been rejected by some Christians, including the late Pope Benedict. In 2011, he wrote a book exonerating Jewish people of these claims, concluding that his accusers were only temple authorities, not all Jewish people at the time. Now, the attempt to ban the Bible under the guise of combating anti-Semitism is a stark reminder of the escalating spiritual warfare in our world. The Bible, the sacred text of Christianity, has long been a target of those seeking to suppress the truth and silence the voice of God. Now, this latest development is merely another chapter in the long history of attempts to censor and control the spread of religious ideas. As Christians, we must recognize that this is not a political or social issue alone, but a spiritual battle for the souls of humanity. The Bible warns us of the enemy's tactics to deceive and manipulate, and we must be vigilant in standing firm against such schemes. Ephesians 6 verse 10 to 18. Moreover, we must not forget that the Bible itself predicted such events would occur in the end times. The apostle Paul's words in 2 Timothy 3 verse 1 to 5 and Jesus' warns in Matthew 24 verse 10 to 12 serve as a reminder that we are living in a time of great spiritual darkness where the truth is increasingly rejected and despised. In the face of such opposition, we must draw strength from the unchanging word of God, which remains our guiding light in the darkness. We must continue to proclaim the gospel, even in the face of persecution and censorship, knowing that the truth will ultimately prevail. We have finally come to the end of the video. What are your views on this? Share your thoughts as well in the comment section. Thank you for always watching and see you in my next video.